Hey guys, let's have a discussion on today's set of questions. Here's the first one, and this is about an award that was presented to a humanitarian organization in Yemen. So the name of the organization is Jil Albina. The Jil Albina Association for the Humanitarian Development of Dash have won the 2021 UNHCR Nansen Refugee Award. Before we discuss this particular award and the work of this organization, of course, also the country of Yemen, let's look at, UNHCR. Please write UNHCR, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, REFUGEES, refugees. Underline that, first one. Established 1950. Established 1950. Second point. Head office, Geneva, 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 Switzerland. Third point, Secretary General, or simply Chief. Chief is a good word. Secretary General or Chief, Filippo Grandi. Let me spell it for you. FILIPPO, Filippo Grandi, GRANDI, Filippo Grandi. Okay, he's of Italy, ITALY. Next, why was this, why was this award established? So you could leave one line space and write Nansen Refugee Award. Nansen Refugee Award. Underline that, first point. Named after Fridtjof Nansen. I'll spell the name for you. FRIDTJOF. To repeat, FRIDTJOF. Fridtjof Nansen. You can see that, NANSEN. It's on the screen. Fridtjof Nansen. Of Norway. Now you don't have to write who was he, but let me tell you who was he. He was the head of a similar organization under the League of Nations. So the League of Nations existed, soon after 1919 actually, you could say 1919, with of the peace treaties at the end of the First World War was signed. So till about the coming of the Second World War, and of course the UN later the UN, the League of Nations didn't do what it was supposed to be doing, that is stop war, promote peace. Of course, its failure led to the Second World War. Of course, you know that there are multiple reasons for Second World War, but not that it could have been prevented. But almost every effort the League of Nations made ended in failure, and that's why we have had the World War on a world scale. Contrary to the First World War, which was not on a world scale, more of Europe, in Europe and Africa. In Africa and Asia, the colonies of the European powers were involved. Less of allies, more of colonies that were involved. But the Second World War involved large parts of the world. You had the Americans jumping in. That was quite different. In any case, Fridtjof Nansen gave his name to this award, and then you could write why was this given, right? Honors. Third point. Honors. HONOUS. Honors groups and individuals for going beyond the call of duty, for going beyond the call of duty to protect refugees, refugees on the screen, refugees, comma, stateless, 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 and other displaced persons, and other displaced persons, and other displaced persons. Okay, guys, that's a little about this award and all that. Now, this GIL, you write GIL Albina Association for the Humanitarian Development. You write that line, and I'll tell you who founded it. Dash, founded by Amin Zubran. Amin, Ameen. Amin. To repeat, Ameen. Amin Zubran. Jubran. Amin Zubran of Yemen in 2017. Sorry, 2017. Now, why did he establish this? See, Yemen is a country that is that's seeing a lot of civil war. In fact, it's a country that's in the middle of a civil war right now. You can see this is the one in the center is Amin. Okay, he made his life. He has made it his life's mission to protect the refugees, the more than refugees, the people within his own country that have been displaced because of the civil war that's happening between various groups, especially between two groups. One, Saudi Arabian backed, Yemenis government, and the Houthi, Iran backed Houthi rebels. Now, I want you to know this. Look at this. This is Yemen. That is the capital, Sana'a, Sanaa, Sana'a. See, this is, it looks beautiful, isn't it? But this is a country that is in the middle of a civil war. There is a lot of hunger, malnourishment, impoverishment. It's one of the most dangerous countries in the world. It's on the brink of collapse. Its population is about 24 million. That is 2.4 crore. Of these 2.4 crore persons, about 85% are in need of humanitarian assistance. Think about it, my friends. Now, when you look around, you see so much suffering, you feel comfortable, you feel good that, well, you are away from all that. But millions of people are caught in the crossfires between two rival factions. Ordinary people here of Sana'a, they have nothing to do with it. They have their families, they have their work, they have their own problems, yet they are caught in the crossfires between powers who want to control territory. Like, for example, you see this. This is Yemen. It's a pretty large country. You can see here. I'm large in terms of the Arabian Peninsula, the map here. This is Iran. Okay, this is the Shia power, the world's most powerful Shia Muslim country. You look at Saudi Arabia, the world's most powerful Sunni, Muslim country. Saudi Arabia and Iran don't see eye to eye. They are probably they share the biggest rivalry, more maybe as intense as the rivalry between India and Pakistan is. While between India and Pakistan it is strategic, and from the Pakistani viewpoint it's religious. From the perspective here between Saudi Arabia, and Iran, it's the common thread is Islam, but they don't see eye to eye because of who they are. That is, the Saudi Arabians are Sunni, and Iranians are Shia Muslims. And coming to Yemen, of the 24 million population, 65% of Muslims, among the Muslims, 65% are Sunnis. Okay, while about 35% are slightly less than 35% are Shias. Now Saudi Arabia has accused Iran of interfering in Yemen. Okay. Now you may wonder, where is Iran coming in here? Because see, Iran is helping Houthi. You could write this. Iran is helping Houthi, H-O-U-T-H-I, Houthi Shia rebels. Houthi, H-O-U-T-H-I, Houthi, comma, a Shia rebel group. A Shia rebel group. Shia rebel group. Second one, Saudi Arabia backs, B-A-C-K-S, or backing, is backing the Sunni dominated government of the Sunni dominant central government led by Abdrabu Mansour Hadi. Okay, I'll spell Abdrabu, A-B-D-R-A-B-B-U-H, Abdrabu Mansour, M-A-N-S-U-R, Mansour, Abdrabu Mansour Hadi, H-A-D-I, Hadi. See, Iran and Saudi Arabia they have never fought against each other directly, but they always use proxies to fight on, against each other. They fight each other. Like for example, it comes to Iran uses the Shia militancy, the Shia militant group in Iraq to have a go at the international forces, Americans and others. If you look at Syria, Syria's ruler is Shia. Bashar al-Assad is Shia. 68% of Iraqi population is Shia. Syrian population, 74% of Syrian population is Sunni. But they don't see eye to eye with the ruler of the country, who is a Shia. But Bashar al-Assad, the president of Syria, is backed by Iran because Shia. If you look at Lebanon, the most predominant political and militant group here in Lebanon is Hezbollah. Got it? So you see this arc here, this entire thing here is run by Iran, and it wants to encircle, Saudi Arabia, of course, and so Yemen comes in handy here. Yemen is a volatile country. It's a republic. It's the only republic in the entire region. It has its own elected head of state, whereas Oman is a monarchy. So United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, they're all monarchies. Okay, so here things are pretty bad in Yemen. It's today considered one of the world's most hunger-prone countries. Most malnourished people live here, my friends. And Saudi Arabia hasn't helped matters because it often launches attacks against the Houthi rebels. Because see, Saudi Arabia is afraid that if tomorrow the Houthis attack and occupy the whole country, then Iran would come right into their backyard. Right now it's across the Persian Gulf. Well, tomorrow it would be in the backyard, and it would be pretty dangerous for the monarchy in Saudi Arabia. So it's a proxy war they are fighting, my friends. Pretty proxy war. And in the middle of all this, millions of people, as I mentioned earlier, are caught and they have been displaced. They don't have enough to eat. They don't have hospitals. They don't have clean, hygienic environment. And I'm not kidding. Here, this has led to a massive outbreak of cholera. The Saudi planes destroyed hospitals, water facilities, sewage lines, which meant that everything was in the open, sewage and everything. And that led to the biggest outbreak of cholera since 1910. Thousands of people died in Yemen. Big countries play. When elephants play, ants get trampled. That's the story here. Iran and Saudi Arabia are the elephants, but everyone else is getting trampled. And such is the bad situation in the country that the rebels hold the capital Sana'a. Sana'a is here. It's in the hands of the rebels. Okay. The president Hadi is not in Saudi Arabia. He's not in Yemen. He's in Saudi Arabia. It's not safe for him to stay in Yemen. See, if it's not safe for the president with all his security, think about the common people. Yeah. So that's a little about this, my friends. I just wanted to share a few things about this. Yemeni currency is Sana. Sorry, that's the capital Sana. SANAA. Sana, and the currency is Yemeni Riyal. Okay. Who won the 2021 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for developing new tools for building molecules that make new drugs? Well, these two guys, List and Macmillan. See, here it's mentioned Scottish. Now, Scotland is a part of Britain. So you can as well write UK. That's what we wrote there. UK, United Kingdom. Okay. So these guys came up with molecules, which would be that much easier to make, easier to use, to make new drugs and all. Because today we are using metal-based, enzyme-based catalysts, which have a lot of side effects, which are scarce for in terms of availability, and which also means that things become expensive because of scarcity and all that. Jelly. The WHO has recommended the use of the first ever malaria vaccine, RTS-SAS01 malaria or Mosquirix for children. This vaccine has been developed by GSK. Okay, I'll tell you a little about malaria. Please write malaria. Malaria. First point. Caused by Plasmodium falciparum. Plasmodium, PLASMODIUM. Plasmodium falciparum. 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 Plasmodium falciparum. Second point. Alphonse Leveron. Okay, let me spell. ALPHONSE. Alphonse Leveron. LAVERAN. Alphonse Leveron dash first to discover the parasite. This is a parasite. Plasmodium falciparum is a parasite. Parasite in 1880. Second point. Ronald Ross dash first to discover its transmission, malaria transmission by mosquito in 1897. Next, G.B. Grassi. G for great, B for Britain. No, it's not exactly that. But G.B. Grassi, Grassi, Grassi. G.B. Grassi dash first to identify its transmission by female Anopheles mosquito. Female Anopheles, ANOPHELES, Anopheles mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquito. See the stages. Levon was the first person to discover its transmission. The parasite. He discovered, okay, this is a parasite that causes malaria. To what's his name here? Ronald Ross, who was more or less born in India, if I'm not wrong. Ronald Ross, he was the first to discover its transmission by mosquito. Male or female was an idea that was solved by Grassi. So Grassi discovered that it was the female Anopheles mosquito that caused malaria. And malaria is a dangerous disease, my friends. Very dangerous. Because the WHO last year in 2019, before the COVID breakdown, had catalogued 229 million cases in 1 year. In 1 year, 2018 or 19, the number of malaria cases worldwide was 229 million. Take 230 million, 23 crore malaria cases. 23 crore malaria cases, of which about 94% were in Africa. Okay, and 23 crore, 94% in Africa. 4,09,000 people died of malaria. That in 2019. Think about it. Out of 2.3 crore, 2.4 crore persons who got malaria, about 4 lakh people died. Okay, and malaria is usually found in countries which are between the tropics, especially around the equator, because the air is humid. Mosquitoes thrive in humid air. That's why as you go away from the equator, you find fewer incidents of mosquitoes. That's why there is no malaria in northern Europe, northern Europe, and North America, and up there. Okay, so just a second. This is how you look at things. Okay. Now, I want you to write about GlaxoSmithKline, GSK. Write that, please. Dash. Head office London. Head office London. Head office London. Second point. CEO. Emma. Emma. Wormsley. WALMSLEY. Wormsley. Okay. Yeah. So for ages we haven't had malaria vaccine. Nothing could have prevented that. You could only treat the symptoms. One could only treat the symptoms, pretty much like COVID. There is no medicine to do away with COVID. But symptom management is what people have been doing, what doctors, medical professionals have been doing. According to the Council on Energy, Environment and Water, Dash is the largest emitter of PM 2.5. PM 2.5, well, Uttar Pradesh. So, I want you to understand something here. Why Uttar Pradesh? Before I tell you about PM 2.5, why Uttar Pradesh? So, two reasons. One, a lot of people in Uttar Pradesh use solid fuel. We use liquid gas fuel, but they use solid fuel. Most households, they use solid fuel like cow dungs, wood, and all that. And second thing, the population, huge population. So see, 10 people using solid fuel may not cause air pollution or whatever, but thousands, lakhs of people doing that will definitely pollute the air. Okay. Now I want you to understand one more thing, right? National Clean Air Campaign. National Clean Air Campaign. National Clean Air Campaign Dash aims to reduce air pollution by about 30% in 122 most polluted Indian cities. 122 most polluted Indian cities. Most polluted Indian cities. Got it? So what is PM 2.5? You write this. Particulate matter 2.5. It's mentioned here. You see this particulate matter, PM. Particulate matter. Underline that. See, I am giving these notes primarily to help you understand something very complex. Often we use PM 2.5. बहुत ज़्यादा है. It's going down because of the seasonal variation, everything. But what exactly is particulate matter? Please write this. Particulate matter, or you could say particulate matter. Particulate matter is a mixture of solid and liquid particles. Solid and liquid particles that are suspended in air. That are suspended in air. AIR, air. Full stop. Second point. It refers to particles. Refers to particles that have a diameter of less than 250 millimeters. Sorry, I'm so sorry. That have a diameter of less than 2.5 micrometers. I'm so sorry. That have a diameter of less than 2.5 micrometers. In brackets, more than 100 times thinner than a human hair. Well, which is 100 times thinner than a human hair. So to repeat, refers to to particles that have a diameter of less than 2.5 micrometers and remain suspended in the air for longer period. Next, these are formed. Next point, these are formed. PM, particulate matter, are formed due to burning, burning, burning fuel, fuel, and chemical reactions in the Earth's own atmosphere. Next, see, many people say that these things vary between seasons, which is true. They vary between seasons, they vary between places, they vary between hilly, non-hilly areas. So geography, it's called terrain or relief, RELIF. All these things matter a lot. Okay, so there are a lot of variables which could signify a high PM or a low PM. Next, short-term impact. Dash, what is it? Coughing, comma, coughing, sneezing, and irritation in eyes, ear and nose, ENT. Eyes, ears and nose. Eyes, ears, I'm so sorry. Eyes, nose and throat, not ears. eyes, nose, throat. You breathe, yeah, you, what we say, this is what is related to that. Next, long-term impact. Long-term impact dash respiratory issues. Respiratory issues, RESPIRATORY. Respiratory issues, comma, asthma, ASTHMA, and heart issues, heart issues. Okay, there we go, guys. The logo for soccer's 2024 European Championship was unveiled recently. The UEFA Euro 2024 will be hosted by Germany. The last event was held across Europe, but this time around only in Germany. Okay, so you could write UEFA Euro 2024. I'll give you some notes on this. Underline that first point. Right, defending champions dash Italy, ITALY, Italy. Next, what is it? Slogan for this particular event. There is a slogan: united by football. See, this sounds similar to the one that the Olympic Games have had. The Summer Olympics motto was, what is it? United by emotion. Whereas here it's united by football. Next one. Logo depicts. This is the logo. You see the logo? Logo depicts this, you see the trophy here? This is the trophy, na? Yes. The Henry, HENRI, Henry, the Henry Delaunay Trophy, DELAUVNEY. Okay, Delaunay Trophy. You see the colors here? These are the colors of the 24 participating teams. So this time around only one country will host it. Okay. So, in collaboration with which organizations has the Niti Aayog recently launched a state nutrition profiles for 19 states and union territories? I guess all of them. Why don't you write this? International Food Policy Research Institute dash head office Washington DC. This is District of Columbia. Next, Chief or Director General. In this case, Director General Johan, JOHAN, Johan Swinnen, SWINNEN. There are two N's. SWINNEN, Swinnen. John Swinnen. Okay, leave one nice space, right? Indian Institute of Population Sciences. Right. Head office Mumbai. Director General or Chief, I think it's called Chief. What is the name? K.S. James. K.S. James. K.S. James. K.S. James. Look at choice 3. Choice C. United Nations Children's Fund. Well, this is, my friends, UNICEF. United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. Children's Emergency Fund. Okay. UNICEF. Good, right? Executive Director. Executive Director. I mean, there is no CEO, there is no Managing Director, there is no, what we say, what is this, President, and no Director General or Secretary General. So, UN Children's Fund, Executive Director, Henrietta Fore, HENRIETTE, Henrietta Fore, FORE, Henrietta Fore. Next, Institute of Economic Growth. By the way, what is that? UNICEF is headquartered in New York City. New York City. UNICEF headquartered New York City. Next, Institute of Economic Growth. This is in Delhi, and its chairman is Institute for Economic Growth's chairman is N.K. Singh. N.K. Singh. N.K. Singh. Nandkishore Singh. Nandkishore Singh. Now, some of you would be able to add the name of N.K. Singh to some other organization, and that would be the 15th Finance Commission. He was the president of the 15th Finance, the chairman of the 15th Finance Commission. Okay. Yeah. On the occasion of the 152nd birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the renowned Gandhi Museum was recently inaugurated with the historic Gandhi Ashram Trust in now Kohli. See, this is a place in southeastern Bangladesh, much closer to Agartala, Tripura, than to other parts of Bangladesh itself. See, sometime in 1946-47, soon after the partition was announced, there were massive riots here. The majority of population was Muslim, and unfortunately, Hindus were massacred in large numbers. Women were raped, kids and all abducted, women were abducted, men were maimed. Yeah, things were pretty bad. It is believed that the number of people who suffered, number of people who died or suffered in the Naokoli riots is something around 25,000. Lower estimates put the number around 10, but it would be much, much more than that. Thousands and thousands of people were forced to convert to, Islam. Now, thing is, here Mahatma Gandhi went to bring about peace, but he failed. So much was arrogance of the Pakistani Muslims that when Hindus, wanted to leave the village, they were not allowed to leave. Either you convert or you won't go alive. Children were kidnapped, married off to Muslims. Yeah. See, I'm telling you history as it happened. I have no personal view on this. Obviously, as a teacher, I don't have a personal view, but I would want you to understand, read, understand, and internalize a lot of things. Okay? So, find the correct match about the 2021 International Hockey Federation. See, these are popular awards. People vote for them. And all four, you see, were taken by India. In fact, just not four, there are two more. Both came to India. The other two also. So these are all Indian. You write one more. Yeah? You write FIH young player. It's called young man player. Dash ages 18 to 25. That's a cutoff for young people. Okay. Ages 18 to 25 dash young man, what is his name? Vivek Prasad Vivek Prasad. Next, young woman, similar case, young woman in the age group of 18 to 25, 18 to 25, dash, what is that? Sharmila Devi, Sharmila Devi, Sharmila Devi, Sharmila Devi. Okay, Sharmila Devi. Last one, best goalkeeper. No, I think it's mentioned. It's already. Oh no, men is mentioned. Best goalkeeper of the year in brackets women. Look at choice B. FIH goalkeeper of the year. Now you write goalkeeper of the year women dash. Savita Punia. Savita SAVITA. Savita Punia, PUNIA, Punia. Savita Punia. So all the top 6 awards came to India. Now when they came to India, Belgium said that this is, Indians don't deserve this. How did they get this? So they were there. It's not one player of Belgium or something. It's entire, what we say, the association of the countries, hockey, hockey sport, that came out with a statement that Indians don't deserve, and there was some manipulation and everything. So Indian government wrote, the chief of Indian hockey wrote a strongly worded letter saying that, this smacks of racial discrimination. This is absolute racial discrimination. You are talking about, Belgium said that the winners should have got some award, the winning team in the 2020 Olympic Games. But then India pointed out that in 2016, you got almost all awards. Belgium got all the awards, and Belgium did not even win the tournament. We were at least silver. They didn't even come to silver in the 2016 Olympic Games. Yet they received all the awards. So it is selective outrage. They get prizes, it's fine. When we get prizes, it is some manipulation. Got it? So somewhere this kind of attitude is quite widely prevalent in Europe and Americas. You understand that? They can't digest the fact that India could beat the best of the teams, my friends. That India, who were not even fancied, who were not even in the reckoning, ended up the silver medalist. By sheer bad luck, we ended up the silver medalist. We could have won the gold as well. Okay, now why don't you write the name of the CEO of FIH? FIH is the French short form of the English full form, International Hockey Federation. Okay, yeah. International Hockey Federation dash CEO dash Thierry Vale, Thierry, THIERRY. I repeat, THIERRY. Thierry Vale, WEIL. Thierry Vale. Next. President of Indian Hockey India. President of Hockey India. Hockey India is the body of representing the hockey sport in India. Hockey India chief Gyanendro, GYANENDRO, Gyanendro Ningombam. I'll spell Gyanendro Ningombam, NINGOMBAM. So that's about it. These guys, the West has always been like this. See, when it comes to the space shuttle, when we launched the Mars mission, in fact, when we launched the Chandrayaan, I distinctly remember, and that's when I cancelled the subscription to the New York Times. 2008, we launched the Chandrayaan, yeah. And when we reach the moon, this what is this? New York Times ran a front page cartoon that said, Space Club, elite Space Club. There is this board, okay. There is guys are smoking inside, suited, booted. They're smoking cigars and all that. Whereas at the door is an Indian farmer with a cow with patches all over his shirt and dhoti, which I'm knocking on the door. See this. What it means is that India is a desperately poor country. Is not a member of the elite Space Club. Yet it's trying to be one. What they did not get is that we could reach the moon, we could reach the Mars. We were successful on our first attempt, whereas the Americans failed multiple times. This is something the West is barely able to digest, my friends. And it has happened multiple times across things, my friends. They can't digest. So that's how things are, my friends. With which nation has India decided to set up a joint working group in defense industrial security? United States. There's hardly anything for me to discuss here. There's some questions I won't discuss, like, as usual. I touch most of the questions in a detailed way, but some I touch and go. The world's largest Khadi national flag was recently installed in Leh on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti. Leh is the capital of Ladakh. Leh is the capital of Ladakh. You could write like Leh dash capital of Ladakh. Ladakh is a union territory. Ladakh. Second point. India's second biggest district. Its area is about 45,284 square kilometers, something, a little over 45,200 square kilometers, which is the largest district, Kutch. You could write in brackets, Kutch dash largest district dash largest dash about 45,700 square kilometers. 45,700 square kilometers. See, when I say 45,700, it's slightly less than 45,700. It's about 45,687 something. That's okay, don't worry. Ladakh, Leh has an airport. Why don't you write the name of the airport? Right, Leh Airport. Kushok Bakula Rinpoche. Kushok or Kushak. K-U-S-H-A-K. I repeat, K-U-S-H-A-K. Kushak Bakula. B-A-K-U-L-A. Bakula. Rinpoche. R-I-M-P-O-C-H-E-E. Rinpoche. Rinpoche. Why don't we write the name of the airport in Srinagar? Right, Srinagar Airport. Sheikh Ul Alam. Sheikh, S-H-E-I-K-H. Sheikh Ul, U-L, Ul hyphen Alam, A-L-A-M. Sheikh Ul Alam. Jammu Airport is called Jammu Airport. There is hardly anything discussed, and no airport in the fourth choice. Fifth one, Dehradun Airport is called Jolly Grant Airport. Jolly, J-O-L-L-Y. Jolly Grant, G-R-A-N-T, Grant. Jolly Grant Airport. The famed white onion, pyaz. You could say onion. That's the right pronunciation. The famed white onion of Alibag in Maharashtra's Raigad district has recently earned itself a geographical indication tag. Onions, basically, they taste pungent, they smell pungent, they taste bit, there is a particular sulfur in the sulfuric thing in the taste. And of course, the most distinct characteristic of onions is tearing of the, they would say watering of the ice. It's called watering of the ice. But this particular white onion does not have those qualities. I was surprised when I was reading about this. Um, it has low sulfur content. It does not give us any tears. So there's no moisture. There is no watering of the eyes. It's not tears. It's watering of the eyes. Tears are different. Rona, when you cry, you have tears. Otherwise, it's watering of the eyes. Burning, like for example, too much of light basically these days, too much of screen time and everything is leading to burning of my eyes. You must have observed that my eyes were flaring a while ago. Yeah. So this is what is happening. 15-20 hours every day in front of the screen is too much of a job, isn't it? I'm talking of both phone and laptop kind of thing. So watering of the eyes, no watering of the eyes. Its sulfur content is low, and the worst, very different thing is it has sweet taste. Sweet, meetha hota hai, pyas. Amazing, na? There is such a distinctiveness in this country. I mean, different parts of the country have different flavors. A variety of rice widely grown in Vada in Palghar district has been given a GI tag. Palghar is in Maharashtra. So there are 2 GIs. I think in one of the previous sessions we had 3 GIs. So chilies, oranges in those in those class. So here we have this Vada rice. You could write this Vada rice, WADA, Vada rice, or Vada kolam. Vada kolam, 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 comma, also called Zinni, ZINI, Zinni, ZINI, Zinni rice. Zinni rice. Some people call it Ghini rice. Ghini, Ghina, GHINI. Ghina means small. Because the size of this grain is small. It's not your usual rice size. It's much smaller, and the yield per hectare is per acre is not very high. So it's a low yielding thing basically, and it's very peculiar to this particular part of the country. It's grown only here. Who of the following persons has won the 2021 Nobel Literature Prize? Well, this is Abdul Razak Gurna. He's from Tanzania. I had never heard of him, and I am a kind of person, who reads extensively, which means that I am not a well-read person. That I have to do a lot more work. That I know nothing. That's why when we know something, it should make us okay, fair, good. Can we know more? That kind of curiosity should be there. Yeah. So that's why when I prepare as your teacher, where I prepare, come here, I'm like, okay, let's learn more so that we can give more. But there are some questions we shouldn't go in depth. Countries like, Yemen could be discussed, but something like, the GI tag of particular vegetable or something can't be, we can't go beyond some things like. So when you read, while I know about Tanzania's politics and everything, I never knew about its literature. So when the Nobel Prize Committee came out with his name, I immediately looked up who's this guy, Abdul Razak, and I found that his work focuses mainly on colonialism, on the exploitation, the colonization of African lands by Europeans, and how they exploited the people, how they deprived the people not just of freedom, but also of the resources that these countries have been greatly blessed with. Yeah, amazing things, my friends. So much to learn, isn't it? So I can give you the names of maybe a couple of books of Abdul Razak. Please write Abdul Razak Gurna dash one book, Paradise. Book 1, Paradise, Paradise, Paradise. Second one, Desertion, 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 छोड़ के जाना, अकेला, desertion, being left, someone leaving you, or being left alone is desertion. Third one you can write by the sea. By the sea. SEA, by the sea. So job cut out, so we should read. Only one Indian has won the Nobel Prize for Literature. I think only one Indian. That's Rabindranath Tagore, who was also the first Asian to win the Nobel Prize. That was in 1913, 1913. Okay. So strictly speaking, only like yesterday I mentioned in the previous session, I mentioned about Nobel Prizes, youngest, oldest, all that stuff. But only 3 persons who were born in India have received the Nobel Prize. Born in India, citizens of India. One you could say Rabindranath Tagore, yeah, Gurudev ji. Then we have had, Chandrasekhar Venkatraman, the Nobel laureate in physics, 1930. So 2 and 3, yeah, 4. I think 3. Third would be Kailash Satyarthi. I'm not so sure of what Amartya Sen. We'll have to read a little about Amartya Sen because I don't know where he was born. See, it's nothing, there is no allegation or anything. It's just that I'm not very sure before I can give you the information. And sometime back, I think, I don't know whether he was born in India, but let me check as I said and I'll get back. The rest you see, Rudyard Kipling, Ronald Ross, these guys were basically, they were born in India, but they were not Indians. Okay. If you look at Hargobind Khurana, Subramanian Chandrasekhar, at the time of receiving the prize, they were Americans. Okay. You have Venkakrishnan Ramakrishnan, basically. That guy, chemistry chap, chemistry Nobel laureate, he had dual citizenship of Britain and US. So, Mother Teresa was a naturally born abroad, naturalized citizen of India. So, plenty of things here. Yeah. So, technically, only 3. Yeah. Maybe if you add, Amartya Sen ji, in 4th would come in. But I'll find out and let you know about Amartya Sen. So, this information just came straight away and I was just looking at this. Okay. India has been ranked dash on the Henley Passport Index 2025. Now, this particular index looks at how powerful is a passport. That is, what doors does it open? I mean, doors of nations does it open? One measure it does is visa-free travel. With your passport, to how many countries can you travel visa-free? Some countries issue visa on arrival. Some countries say you don't need a visa as long as you have a passport. Okay. But what is India's rank? 90. So I'm going to give you some of the names. So the 116 countries were ranked in this index. Okay. So you could write now. See, there are names. I'll give you only the top 3 because there are about, within the top 3 itself, there are 6 names. If I'm 2 plus 3, 7 names actually. Yeah. So 7 or 8 names. So right. Henley Passport Index 2021 dash. Underline that. First, rank 1. Japan and Singapore. Dash 192 countries. 192 countries means a Japanese citizen, a Singaporean citizen can travel to 192 countries visa free. Normally you would need a visa to travel. See, passport is something that a citizen of a country is eligible to get. But visa is something that is a function of other country, to the country you're visiting. That has to give you a visa. So you can travel, if you're Japanese, you could travel to 192 countries visa free. Singaporeans also. Number 2, South Korea and Germany. In brackets 190. Third rank, Spain, 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 Luxembourg, LUXEMBOURG, RG, Luxembourg. So what is that? We mentioned Spain, Luxembourg, Italy, or Italy, and Finland, Finland, Finland. Remember, this is 189 countries. 189 countries. Next, 90, India. 90, India. 90, India. 52, I guess. How many countries can we talk? 58 countries. 58, 58 countries. For the rest, we would need a visa, or before we board the aircraft, we would need a visa. Some countries we would get a visa on arrival. Last country, 116, Afghanistan. You could travel if you are an Afghani, or if I am an Afghani. 26 countries would allow me to travel visa free. This is again very dicey thing. In brackets, 26 countries. And no country has direct flights with Afghanistan. None of these 26 countries have direct flight with Afghanistan. So it's very difficult to get. Identify the winners of the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize. We have Rasa and Muratov. The Muratov is on the left and Rasa is on the right. Muratov, you write this. Dmitry Muratov. See, जब Russian names का उच्चारण करते हैं, जैसे see you have, when you pronounce Russian names like Muratov, it's written with a V, it's pronounced with an F. The V becomes an F. Muratov, Dmitry Muratov. Okay, so right, Dmitry Muratov, editor in chief of Novaya Gazeta, Novaya, Novaya Gazeta, Gazeta, Gazeta. I repeat, Novaya, Novaya Gazeta, Gazeta. Okay. Filipino journalist. She is thus you could write founder of Rappler, 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 a news website, She has highlighted human rights violations by the Philippine government led by Rodrigo Duterte, and she's fearless, of course, extremely fearless. Over the years, she has made it her life's mission to bust fake news, all that stuff. And being a truth-seeking journalist in a country like Russia I can only tell you that it's one of the most courageous things a person can do. And Muratov is one such courageous person. Because Vladimir Putin does not tolerate any kind of criticism. Either you are out, or you're out. And Muratov is mostly out. Yeah. You see that third name, Abiy Ahmed Ali, Ethiopia, 2019 Nobel Peace Prize, 2020 Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah. He's the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. This guy is the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. Third one. Which company recently won the Center's 100% acquired Center's 100% stake worth 18,000 crore in Air India? Tata Group. Now, Tata Group already owns two airlines. It has joint ventures in two airlines. One is Vistara, which is a full airline, and another one called Air India. What is it? Air Asia. Air Asia is what is called a no frills airline. No frills. FRILLS. Frills means extra. No frills. You have frills and all that basically. So no frills. You just get a seat. You sit. That's it. Everything else you have to purchase, even the ticket of course. But inside the aircraft you have to purchase water and everything else. SpiceJet, Indigo, those kinds of no frills airlines. Vistara is a full service airline. You buy a ticket, you get a meal also. So, in case of Vistara, Tata Group has a joint venture with Singapore Airlines. Vistara dash Singapore Airlines. Singapore Airlines. One is enough. Air Asia, sometime later we could discuss. See, Indigo is India's biggest airline company. Indigo. What is it? Indigo. And Indigo's founders are, you could write founders, Rahul Bhatia and Rakesh Gangwal. Okay, Rakesh Gangwal. SpiceJet CEO, what is his name? Ajay Singh. Which of the following is not true about a demand draft? Well, demand draft is a bankers will come from the bottom, okay? It's a negotiable instrument, yes. It can't be dishonored for lack of funds because you pay upfront and get a demand draft. It cannot be dishonored because the funds are already in. It's a banker's check, yes. It can be issued by any financial institute including NBFC, no. You write this. Non-banking finance company, I'll give you 3 points about NBFCs, you write this. Non-banking finance companies underline that, dash 1, cannot accept demand deposits like current and savings, only fixed deposits are allowed there. Number 2, not part P-A-R-T, part of any payment and settlement system. So if they are not part of any payment and settlement system, you cannot issue checks or demand drafts or whatever. Okay. Number 3, deposit insurance facility. Deposit insurance facility is not available to NBFC depositors. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Which of the following is an intellectual property right? What is an intellectual property right? Anything to do with the creation of the mind is intellectual property right. So what the mind creates is what is termed as intellectual property right. So any development, any creation of the mind, intellect is intellectual property right. So copyright, trademark, all these are what basic or IPR, intellectual property right. Like for example, this particular set of questions is times IPR. Got this? Yeah. So when this was created by time, so this is owned by time. Got it? Now, when we look at intellectual property right, remember this, there are serious laws about this. You can't violate. Now, why laws are required? See, an IPR is given to someone who has created something. This person who created something gets a right, which means only that person has an exclusive right to create that. Through the creation of it, the person makes money, which benefits the person. By doing this, the person could be a company also. Okay, like for example, the IPR for this phone is with Samsung. This Samsung Note 10 Plus phone is an exclusive property of Samsung. Okay, now the IPR is with them. Certain things, they have exclusive right over. When they have exclusive right over, you say pharmaceutical drugs, a company like Pfizer has made X COVID drug, they have exclusive rights over it. Certain period only they will make money, they can manufacture it and they'll make money. This actually leads to innovation. There is an incentive for you to produce, to create something new so that you could benefit from it. That's the idea. That's why they sink in so much money into R&D. Okay, so IPRs are pretty good. Yeah. Which of the following are the sponsors of regional rural banks? Public sector banks. Just write this: regional rural banks dash, regional rural banks dash, sponsored by central government, in brackets 50%, comma, state government in brackets 15%, 15%, and public sector banks and public sector banks 35%. So these are the sponsors. Okay, with which of the following states is the Solung festival associated with? Arunachal Pradesh. This is a harvest festival. Typically happens in the first fortnight of September. Okay, and this is a harvest festival. You have harvest festivals in you have Baisakhi in Punjab and Haryana area. Then you have Nuakai in Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Nuakai. So harvest festivals are there everywhere, my friends. So do you know the chief minister of the name of the chief minister of Arunachal Pradesh? Pema Khandu, P-E-M-A. I repeat, P-E-M-A, Pema Khandu, K-H-A-N-D-U, Pema Khandu. Haryana, Manohar Lal Khattar, K-H-A-T-T-A-R, Khattar, Manohar Lal Khattar. Jammu and Kashmir, Lieutenant Governor is Manoj Sinha. Then Himachal Pradesh, Jairam Thakur. I guess that's about it. Thank you for being here. And I told you that next class I will discuss a little about the banking stuff and all that in the next class. And since yesterday I did not discuss Norway and Turkey, I have that in the mind. If you are free, I can just spend 1 minute and write Turkey, T-U-R-K-E-Y, Turkey dash, capital is Ankara, A-N-K-A-R-A, Ankara, capital Ankara dash, president, Recep, R-E-C-E-P, I repeat, R-E-C-E-P, Recep Tayyip, T-A-Y-Y-I-B, Tayyib. In some places you will find P instead of B, which is fine, don't worry. Recep T. Erdogan, E-R-D-O-G-A-N, Erdogan. Erdogan is usually pronounced Erdogan. Okay. Capital currency is lira. 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 Currency is lira. Last one. Leave one line space, right? Norway. 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 Capital Oslo. 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 Capital Oslo. Capital Oslo. Dash. They have a constitutional monarchy. There is a Raja and there is a Prime Minister. So let's write the name of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister. This is not. Erna Solberg. I repeat. ERNA. Erna Solberg. 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 Erna Solberg. Erna Solberg. Erna Solberg. Currency is Norway. Krone. 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 That's it. Have a lot of fun. Enjoy this weekend and make sure you stay curious. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you.